Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tukul session. This is your host, John Ngong. And today in the Tukul with us is Akau Jambo himself. Hi, Akau. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Ngong. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for finding the time to be with us in the Tukul tonight.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine, man. I'm sorry. I've been I've been acting hard to get.
I know, man. This is a celebrity thing, yeah? And I'll be like, we are family, But when you play celebrity in the family, I don't know. Maybe we'll find other ways. But thank you for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you would like to say hi to our audience and introduce yourself a bit, and then we dive into the conversation right away.
It sounds great. My name is Akau Jambo. I'm a South Sudanese stand-up comedian, right from Rumbek.
Wow.
Rumbek and Bor. My mom is Bor. My dad is from Rumbek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for the introduction. Actually, yeah, there was one bit I didn't know. It's good. I've learned of that today. Yeah. I know the Rumbek parts.
What didn't you know?
I knew the Rumbek parts.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a proper. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Akau, for finding the time to be with us and our audience tonight. This is usually our space. We freely talk about issues that pertain to our country, to our own selves, issues around our dreams, and today we are going to have this open chat with you.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Right.
you mentioned you have been doing comedy. How long has it been going?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. So I was already throwing a question to you around your comedy. You mentioned that you are a stand-up comedian, and I'm already. How long have you been doing this thing?
So I made 5 years in June, on the 6th of June. I made 5 years in stand-up comedy.
Wow. What was the cake, man? We didn't do the cake for that. 5 years is good time, eh?
Yeah, it is a very, very good mark. Unfortunately, we didn't do a cake, but I kind of like celebrated it on my special the month before. I had started celebrating it the month before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Actually, they say if you do certain skill for like 5 years, you are an expert at the national level. but I think yours has already gone international. Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you can share a bit actually some of the international platforms you have joined and performances and how you have represented our country, man, internationally. Maybe a bit of highlights on that.
So I've been to about 8 festivals, I think. Wow. 8 comedy festivals like around Africa. Let me see. I've been to my first international show was in Rwanda 2017. Every single event that kept on coming up. The Kigali International Comedy Festival. And then I've been to Kenya Laugh Festival. I've been to Tanzania. I've been to Botswana. I've been to South Africa. Like I don't know how many times. 3 times or something like that. Uganda. Okay. Yeah. And these have all been like really, really good shows. Like the learning process. And every time I come back, there's a lot that I get and benefit from this whole show. But I think my most the one that I really value the most was was the one in Botswana. That's 2019.
Okay. So what was special about it?
For the case of Botswana, for all this time that I've been doing gigs, I've been like doing gigs around Africa, but for the people that stay there, like South Africans or for Ugandans. It's nothing to do with South Sudanese. But when I went to Botswana, I was surprised. I entered the room, and the front row was full of like 20 students, South Sudanese.
Wow. That must have been a positive surprise, yeah?
And studying in Botswana. Some of them that I met with it was a beautiful show. After the team very belonged to us. Like South Sudan was like the headline of that night, and I was the headline of the show as well. So it was so special for me. It was a special connection. It's like you meeting a fellow South Sudanese in a foreign country where let's say in Haiti you run into a South Sudanese, you're like, my brother, this is you, my brother.
I will hug that person so tight. Like even if I have never known that the name, that person definitely the chemistry is going to pop up.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody was telling an experience a few days ago about an experience he had. Like he traveled to another country, which is like far somewhere in Eastern Europe, and then all of a sudden, some lady showed up and ran to him. Like this is somebody, that is the energy you would give to somebody, but the main point that the lady ran to the guy was that the guy was wearing the flag of their, a symbol of their country, like a flag on his shirt. And the chemistry there was so, overblown, and they were already connected. I think maybe it might have been the same, yeah?
Yeah. It's a different kind of feeling, man. Like I've met people send me messages like, there's this guy, I think he works with Zayn. I think his name is Nabil. Is it Nabil or Nasib, something like that? This guy was in South Africa in 2019. He was in South Africa. So he found out I was there. He sent me a message like, "Yo, I'm also in South Africa. Where are you performing?" I was so happy that this guy sent me a message. I'm like, "Yo, I'm performing at this place. You got 3 free tickets. Just come to the door and tell them you get them." Then after the show, we were just hanging out, just talking.
Yeah.
Like it feels so different to talk about the bullshit happening in your country while you're in a foreign country, like together, like the freedom and everything. So it's just a different feeling. Like it's a unifying factor.
Wow. And by the way, as you perform on international stages, do you sometimes meet these stereotypes that they say, this guy is from South Sudan and South Sudan is like this and like this, all that negative narrative? Sometimes do you experience that?
Yeah, I do. A lot of them I do, but I benefit from them. They are the ones that I use. I capitalize on them, because the comedy is made up of like the surprise factor. Surprise is the backbone of comedy. It's all about making people think about this, and then you say something else. That's a punchline. Always find what everyone else doesn't say in that. So the surprise factor gives me a head start when I find people with their stereotypes and all that. I just keep on breaking the boundaries of like, oh, put that stereotype aside. There's that, and that keeps on making me take the attention all the way up. And never underestimate a comedian that has managed to take the audience attention. That's the beginning of your success. But yeah, I've had so many of those things. I once ran into a comedian. There was this comedian, we had finished a show, but he was in a different show. So what happens in South Africa is, in Johannesburg, when you finish your show, you go out and drink and all that. But there's like specific places where comedians go and meet. So we go and meet up with these other comedians that were doing shows in other comedy clubs. And then I introduced myself. This guy is like, from South Sudan. Do people laugh in that country? And I'm like, wow, you guys really know.
Oh,
you guys really know different things, yeah. but we became actually good friends. Worked on so many projects together. He actually admires my writing so much that he picks my brains on so many things as well.
Wow.
So we just capitalize on that stereotypes, man. But there are two ways. You can either capitalize on that stereotypes positively by breaking stereotypes, or you can just side with them and be like, promote the stereotypes. So there are two different people that can do different things.
And is there a time you felt like, oh, this is too much for me now, and you can't proceed, or was there never that extreme kind of experience regarding the stereotypes over there?
No, it has never been. I've never been to that position because, as a comedian, we are made